Oh, look at that. Some lovely Japanese anemones growing right now in the garden. And as you can see, it is a breezy day. We've had a lot of rain, but is that going to dampen our spirits? No, it is not. Here we go again. Yes, we are all together once more. It is English Addict Live from the birthplace of English, which just happens to be England. Oh, hi everybody. This is Mr. Duncan in England. How are you today? Are you okay? I hope so. Are you happy? Well, are you feeling happy today? I hope you are. Very much. I hope you are feeling happy. I hope there is a smile on your face right now as we begin today's English Addict. Yes, we have made it all the way to the end of the weekend. I hope your weekend has been good. I've had a lovely weekend. In fact, the past week has been really nice. We might talk about that a little bit later on. Yes, we've made it all the way to Sunday. It's Sunday. Yes, we are here once again. I hope you are feeling good today. I've spent a lot of time trying to fix my cameras. Now, I've had a few problems with my equipment over the past few days. You may have noticed on Wednesday and also on Friday, things were not going very well technically. However, yesterday, I pulled out all of my wires and I checked all of the sockets and I looked at all of the plugs and the cables very closely, and then I put them all back in, and it would appear for now that I have fixed the problem that I've had with my equipment. So I'm hoping now that it is working all right. Everything seems to be okay. I'm keeping my fingers crossed right now. I'm also keeping my toes crossed, and I'm also keeping my legs crossed for various reasons, to be honest. Here we go then. Yes, we are back together, and I had a lovely week last week. It was my birthday last Wednesday. Thank you very much for your lovely messages. I received so many messages. I'm still reading them. That gives you a clue as to how many messages I actually received last week. I got lots of messages wishing me happy birthday. How do I feel now I am another year older? I'm not sure really. I feel okay. I think I've made my peace. When you make your peace with something, it means you accept it. You accept the thing that is happening or the thing that has happened. You accept it. You make your peace with it. I hope you are feeling good today. It is Sunday. Oh, by the way, it is also the 16th of August. Now, today is actually a commemoration for a certain event. Do you know what it is today? So I'm pretty sure around the world, many people must be celebrating some sort of commemoration. But today there is a slightly sad commemoration taking place. Do you know what it is? Something that happened on this date in 1977. Oh, I've given you a clue there. I'm sure some of you will know if you are into music. Maybe music from the late 1950s and 1960s perhaps. Ooh, Mr. Duncan, who could it be, I wonder, or what could it be? Oh. Hello to the live chat. Hello, Vitas. Guess what? Vitas, congratulations to you because you are today's first live chatter. Very nice. So congratulations, Vitas. Also, we have Tomek here as well. And Luis Mendez. Oh, Luis Mendez is here today. Also, we have Beatriz as well. Mohsen. Hello, Mohsen. Rahul. And also Richard. Hello, Richard. Nice to see you here as well. My voice is breaking today. I don't know why. It is all very sensitive, and it started last night because Mr. Steve was outside cutting the grass. And after that point, my throat became very sensitive. In fact, I'm going to drink some water right now. I know this is not very professional, but I have to keep my vocal cords supple and moist. So that's why I always have my water nearby. I don't know why this year I seem to have suffered a lot with my throat for various reasons. Maybe because I've been using my voice so much this year. I think that might be the reason. Hello also to Leklit. Hello also to Grace Chin. Hello, Grace. Nice to see you here as well. Tuan Nguyen says, "You fools." That's very kind of you. Thank you very much. I don't know what that means. Hello also, Thomas. Hi, Mr. Duncan. Greetings from Czech Republic. Nice to see you here today. Does anyone know what the anniversary is today? There is a certain commemoration or anniversary taking place today. For those who are into music, you will probably know what the anniversary is. Hello also to Malia. Hello, Malia. Nice to see you back here today. We have the sentence game coming up today. We also have something a little unusual. This is something that I don't normally show on my live streams. However, they do exist on my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to show you one of my grammar lessons. Not many people realise that I did make some grammar lessons talking all about English grammar. So a little bit later on I'm going to show you one of my lessons all about English grammar. That is something we will be looking at also. Mr. Steve will be here, of course. We went away last week. We had a lovely trip on Thursday. We wanted to get away. And at the moment, many people have decided to stay at home or to stay in England. Many people have decided not to travel abroad. And some people are just staying at home, which is what I've been doing, to be honest. I've been keeping myself busy during lockdown, doing all sorts of things, including my English lessons. However, last Thursday we decided to go off to a certain place that we love so much, and that is what we are doing. Hello also to Marilda. Hello, Marilda. Nice to see you here as well. We also have Beatrice, Andy. Hello, Andy Starr. Nice to see you back as well. Mr. Bruno. Hello, Mr. Bruno. I haven't seen you for a long time. It feels like ages since I saw you here on the live stream. Also, we have Tomek as well. Mr. Bruno says the 16th of August 1977 was the day that Elvis Presley died. Yes, I remember that day very clearly. I was young-ish on the day that Elvis Presley died, but I remember a lot of people were so upset. It was a big event, a big moment of time. Many people were sad, unhappy. They felt very grief-stricken by the event. So yes, that is what happened on this day in 1977. Elvis Presley. They called him the King of rock and roll. We also have, yes, the King died, says Maura, the King of rock and roll. Oh, also today, it's Madonna's birthday as well. Now, I grew up during my teenage years listening to Madonna. So she has a very nice place in my memory as I was growing up listening to music. Flower Espoir is not feeling very happy. I am cheesed off. Cheesed off. I love that. Maybe one week we should do some idioms connected to food, because there are so many. There are very many idioms. Cheesed off. If you feel cheesed off, it means you feel fed up. You are feeling bored. You are sick and tired of hearing about something. So, yes, I think a lot of people are feeling cheesed off hearing about the virus. I think you are right. Anna Kobe says today would have been my parents' 50th wedding anniversary. It would appear that there are many commemorations and anniversaries that are taking place today. Alessandra, I love your comment. Elvis the Pelvis. Do you know why they called Elvis Presley Elvis the Pelvis? Because of the way he danced. He would always move his hips. He would dance in a very provocative way. And a lot of people complained when Elvis Presley first came onto the scene and when he was first being talked about and being shown on television. Many parents complained about Elvis Presley. They said he was too provocative, too sexual in his performance. He would move his body in a certain way. He would gyrate his hips whilst singing. And a lot of parents became very worried about it. They thought he was a bad influence on other people. Elvis Presley, who sadly died on this day in 1977. Did you know that he died on the toilet? Now, if you are going to die somewhere, I think the toilet is probably one of the best places, to be honest, because people will always remember it. They will always remember that. So if you are going to, I know this is a strange thing to say, but if you are going to die, do it dramatically. Do it in a very unusual way. So I think dying on the toilet will certainly get you remembered for many years afterwards. I think so. Did you forget something to nibble on? I don't have anything to eat here today. No, I don't. I have nothing. I don't have anything in my studio to eat. You're right. Hello, Mongolia. Togtun. Hello, Togtun. Or Togtun. I hope I pronounce your name right. Can you believe? Yes, it is 43 years since Elvis died. Can you believe that? 43 years ago. I can still remember it. Two things I always remember from my childhood when it comes to famous people was when John Lennon was shot and when Elvis Presley died. I always remember those two events happening very clearly. Yes, very strange. So it's also Madonna's birthday. Yesterday, of course, was the 75th anniversary of the ending of the Second World War. Hello, Kursos. Hello, Kursos. Kursos Klein, who is watching in Brazil. Hello, Brazil. Nice to see you here. I know I have a lot of people watching in Brazil, for which I am always very grateful. Thank you very much. We did mention grammar a few moments ago, and I thought it might be a good idea to show you one of my grammar lessons. So if you like listening to someone talking about English grammar, if you like studying English grammar, I know not everyone does. I know many people say, Mr. Duncan, we don't like English grammar. Well, I will be showing you one of my grammar lessons in a few moments. Oh, also today, I'm going to show you one of my lessons about silent letters. Another part of English that can be quite confusing. Why are there some words in English that have silent letters? We will be looking at that a little bit later on as well. By the way, we've had rain. Lots of rain. It is very damp and cold outside, and I thought it would be a good opportunity to get Mr. Steve to show us his poncho dance. And I suppose, whilst we are at it, let's have the puddle dance as well. There it was, the puddle dance. I hope you enjoyed that. For those who remember the time when I did my puddle dance. Happy memories. For those who have just joined us, yes, we are doing our English Addict, and my name, by the way, is Mr. Duncan. I talk about English, I teach English, I've been doing it for ever such a long time. And now for those who are interested in one particular part of English, we are talking all about English grammar. Would you like to have a look at one of my grammar lessons that I made a couple of years ago? In fact, I made a series of grammar lessons, and here is the first one. Lesson 1. Sentences. Part 1. The present simple. The present simple is used to make simple statements of fact, to talk about things that happen repeatedly, and to describe things that are always true. To make the present simple of most verbs, use the base form. That is to say, you use the infinitive without to. For example, I eat lunch at noon every day. She eats lunch at 2 p.m. every day. Further examples. We drink coffee every morning. We start work at 9 a.m. They leave work at 5 p.m. She drinks coffee every morning. He starts work at 11 a.m. Rob leaves work at 7 p.m. How to form the present simple. You have the subject. I, you, we, they. Then you have the verb, eat. And then the rest of the sentence. I eat lunch at 2 p.m. every day. You eat lunch at 2 p.m. every day. We eat lunch at 2 p.m. every day. They eat lunch at 2 p.m. every day. With he, she, and it, you add s to the end of the word. He eats lunch at 2 p.m. every day. She eats lunch at 2 p.m. every day. It eats lunch at 2 p.m. every day. Verbs ending with s and es. With some verbs, es is added in sentences using he, she, and it. These include verbs ending with sh, ch, o, ss, x, and z. For example, I go to bed. He goes to bed. I finish work. He finishes work. I watch TV. She watches TV. I cross the road. She crosses the road. I fix cars. She fixes cars. Their phones buzz all day. His phone buzzes all day. Further examples include Tom does the dishes every evening. She teaches English to 6 students. He washes the windows on Friday. He blushes when he's embarrassed. Common mistakes forming the present simple. When the present simple is used with he, she, it, or one person's name, it always ends in s or es. He starts work at 11 a.m. Correct. He start work at 11 a.m. Incorrect. There is no need to add the auxiliary verb do when forming the present simple. It is only used to form questions and negatives. I eat lunch at noon every day. Correct. I do eat lunch at noon every day. Incorrect. Do is only used as an auxiliary verb when forming negatives or questions, using be in the present simple. Be is an important verb with an irregular present simple form. I am 25 years old. You are a chef. He is happy. I am. You are. He is. How to form these sentences. You have the subject. You have be in various forms. I am happy. You are happy. He, she, it is happy. We, they are happy. The subject, I, you, he, she, it, we, they. The forms of be, am, are, is, are, and the rest of the sentence, happy. Further examples, I am a doctor. They are students. My grandma is 92 years old. We're late for work. He's American. Ruby's 7 years old. Using have in the present simple. Have is an irregular verb. The third person singular form is has, not haves. I have a garage. She has a yard. I have. She has. He has. How to form these sentences. The subject. I, you, we, they. I have. You have. We have. They have. He has. She has. It has. And of course the object. I have a garage. You have a garage. We have a garage. They have a garage. He has a garage. She has a garage. It has a garage. Further examples. I have a car. You have a sister. I have a painful back. They have the same dress. They have a new baby. The cat has a new collar. He has a cold. Thomas has a driving lesson today. Jack has a bad headache. Sarah has coffee with Tom every Tuesday. And you can see the rest of that. You can see the rest of that lesson by clicking the link in the description. There are many grammar lessons that I've actually recorded. A lot of people don't realise this. They always think, Mr. Duncan, you don't teach grammar ever. Well, I do. And that was one of the lessons. In fact, that was my first lesson of, I think I made 7 grammar lessons, and if you like those, then I might make some more as well. This is English Addict, and yes, we are live right now. Hello to the live chat. Nice to see you here today. We have silent letters coming up as well. The use of silent letters in certain English words also coming up today. Hello, Bella. Hello also, Andy. Again, we also have Alessandra here as well. Oh, Belarusia. It would be nice to have a lesson about past perfect and past simple. Guess what? There is actually a lesson all about that on my YouTube channel. So if you go underneath, you will see a lesson, a grammar lesson, and there is also a playlist linked to that video. So yes, there are lots of lessons on my YouTube channel connected to grammar. Of course, we talk about all sorts of things here, not only grammar, we also talk about different types of words. We also like to play games sometimes. For example, we sometimes like to play the sentence game, which is what we will be doing today for those who are wondering. You may also have seen a series of lessons that I made called Full English. Now, a lot of people ask, Mr. Duncan, why do you call it Full English? Well, the reason why I call it that is because Full English is a way of describing a traditional breakfast. And there you can see a picture of a sign outside a cafe. And on the sign it says Full English Breakfast. So that's what we call a traditional breakfast with lots of fried food. Many people believe that a full English breakfast is quite unhealthy. However, a lot of people enjoy eating the full English. Would you like to have a look at a full English breakfast? So you can see the picture of the food on the sign, but what about a closer look? Oh, Mr. Duncan, you can see there that is... Well, first of all, that is a very big meal, and it's also making me feel hungry. That is a full English breakfast. And we describe that as something that is fried. So everything, almost everything that goes into a full English breakfast is fried. So maybe you have fried sausages, fried bacon, fried egg, fried potatoes, and of course we can't forget baked beans as well. So that is what a full English breakfast looks like. And to be honest with you, yes, I do enjoy having the occasional full English breakfast, but not today, because I'm watching my weight. I know it seems unbelievable, but I am at the moment going through a little bit of a health crisis where I want to actually lose a little bit of weight. So that's what I'm trying to do. After my birthday last Wednesday, I made a little resolution. So just like when the new year arrives, you make a resolution. Well, I've decided to make a resolution for my birthday. So I would like to be a little bit fitter, a little bit healthier, maybe eat less junk. However, sometimes it is very hard to resist when you see food in front of you, especially food that looks like this. You see, when I see that, well, I must be honest, I find it very hard to resist. So that's the thing, you see. You have to have a lot of self-control. If you want to lose weight, if you want to do anything, in fact, if you want to learn something, you have to have a lot of motivation and also self-control as well. And that goes for everything, whatever it is. Even if it's learning English. If you are learning English, you have to have a lot of motivation, and also you have to have a lot of self-control as well. I think so. Hello to the live chat. Very nice to see you. Yes, that breakfast is a very big breakfast. In fact, some people might say that that breakfast was too big. So full English is not just the name of a type of breakfast, but also it is the name of a series of lessons that I made for my YouTube channel, including this lesson. It would appear that more and more people are unable to concentrate for long periods of time due to them having short attention spans. Do you know someone who is snooty? Have you ever met a snooty person? The word snooty means to behave with an air of superiority. To be snobbish and arrogant is to be snooty. A snooty person believes they are better than others. Their view is that they have a better lifestyle than most other people. A person with money might behave in a snooty way. They look down on those who have less wealth or appear to live in a lower class than them. A snooty person tends to be arrogant and stuck up. We can describe a snooty person as a snob. This person behaves in a snobbish way. They have a high and mighty attitude. They are toffee-nosed, supercilious, pompous, haughty, conceited, and quite often arrogant. It's time to take a look at another buzzword. A buzzword is a sentence or word that is in common use during a certain time, or is seen as being popular. Today's buzzword is attention span. This phrase relates to the amount of time a person can concentrate on one thing. This can relate to a task or an activity. A person's attention span is measured by how long they can concentrate on doing one thing. We often talk about the short attention span of young people. The various attractions and distractions that exist nowadays has led to a belief that people are beginning to develop short attention spans. The advent of instant digital media and online streaming allows people to view many things within a short space of time. It would appear that these days people grow bored easily, as more choices means that they can swap and change what they are watching in a more convenient way. The term short attention span highlights the inability to concentrate on just one thing. It would appear that more and more people are unable to concentrate for long periods of time due to having short attention spans. It is inevitable that at some point in your working life you will have to answer to someone who is above you in status or rank. Most work environments have some sort of administrative hierarchy. The word hierarchy means chain of command or pecking order. From the lowly to the high up, the positions in the workplace tend to follow a typical pattern. From the unpaid intern right up to the senior management. Somewhere in that chain, you will be placed. More often than not, most senior management chains consist of supervisors and managers. Then, right at the top, there is the CEO, which stands for Chief Executive Officer. There are many ways of describing this person, both formally and informally. This person is the boss, the top man or top woman, the chief, the leader. Informal terms include the big man, the head honcho, the big cheese, the top brass. The boss or company owner might be described as a fat cat. This particular name is seen as being negative and derogatory, as it suggests that the boss is wealthy and very powerful. The bank is owned and run by a bunch of fat cats. I hope you enjoyed that, one of my full English lessons, and I suppose it might have something to do with the breakfast as well. Let's face it, sometimes all you want to do is eat something delicious. I must be honest, I do feel a little bit hungry after looking at that full English breakfast and also that full English lesson as well. I hope you enjoyed that. We have silent letters coming up later on, and also we will be playing the sentence game using the letter K. The letter K will be the one that we are using today. Can I just say, it took me a very long time to find words beginning with K. You might not realise this, but there are very few words in English that begin with K. Isn't that strange? There are a lot of place names, a lot of famous names of people, notable names, but there are very few words that begin with K in English. Very strange, very interesting. So it did take me a long time to actually compile and put together today's sentence game. I suppose we should have Mr. Steve in the studio because this is something we don't normally do. Quite often we will be outside, but sadly today it's been very wet, very damp, very miserable, even though outside. Oh, shall I show you my lovely Japanese anemones? There they are, right now. So that is actually a live view of some beautiful flowers that come out at this time of year. They normally come out towards the end of July and early August, and there they are, Japanese anemones. They have the most beautiful pink flowers, and there you can see them right now on your screen. Very nice. They normally last until around the middle of October. So these flowers will be around for quite a while. The beautiful pink Japanese anemone. And also you can see quite clearly that they are blowing around in the breeze as well. So I hope you enjoyed that. Yes, of course, I love nature so much. I love looking at nature. It is one of the most amazing things. Do you have some flowers growing in your garden at the moment? Is there something nice growing where you are? Please let me know on the live chat.
Oh, hello.
Oh, dear.
That was a bit quick.
It wasn't quick. I was ready for you.
You didn't give me a warning, Mr. Duncan.
Well, the warning was it was 3:45.
I was expecting you to play a video or something.
Yes.
And then I'd have plenty of time to sort of saunter in a relaxed frame of mind.
You know what? I like to keep
Hello.
I like to keep Mr. Steve on his toes. Let's have a round of applause for Steve.
I haven't done anything yet.
No, you certainly haven't. So today, Steve.
Yes.
First of all, the first thing I should mention is it feels very weird to be in the studio together.
It does.
Because for most of this summer, we've actually been outside together. So whenever we've been together on the live stream, normally we've been outside. But today, unfortunately, the weather has been, well, it's been all over the place.
And we have a week of very unsettled weather on the way.
Yeah, there is lots of rain coming this way.
Which is going to be annoying because I can't believe it's been going on for months now, still trying to repair that wall.
Are you still repairing that wall?
Yes, well, you know I am. I managed to slip in a quick hour this morning.
You were out there very busy. You look very busy this morning.
I'm always busy, you know me, Mr. Duncan. A busy bee.
But the strange thing is, you know what I've noticed, Steve? What I've noticed?
What have you noticed?
As you are filling the holes, you are also making new holes as well.
True.
Yes. So I've noticed as Steve is filling the holes, he's also going along and making new holes where some of the cement has become old and cracked. So I think you might be doing this for a long time.
I know, because when it's a tall wall, isn't it? It's much taller than me.
It's very high.
Made of these big blocks of stone randomly put in.
Yes.
And, well, probably people have seen it before on the camera.
Yes.
But I'm repairing it. But, of course, as soon as you start tapping away to take out the old cement, the old grouting, you find all these bits which looked all right, but they're very loose. And I tell you, my hand's mixing, because I'm mixing the cement by hand, because I haven't got any facility to make it quicker.
Well, normally, if you want to make cement, and you want to make a lot of it, you normally have to use a big cement mixer. It's normally a machine, but we haven't got one of those. So instead, Mr. Steve uses his giant hands.
I've got this sort of big bucket thing.
Yes.
But what I should do is make a load of it on a board.
Okay.
And make lots of it. But the trouble is then you've got to work very quickly because you've only got maybe an hour before the cement starts to go off.
Yes, that's the problem.
You've got to work very quickly.
Especially at this time of year when it's quite warm, it will go hard very quickly, you see. You don't want hard cement. You want your cement to be soft and pliable. Ooh, I like that. Pliable.
Pliable.
Something that is pliable. A pliable thing is something that can be moulded or moved. You can change the shape of it. It is pliable.
Or malleable.
Ooh, malleable.
Malleable.
I like that word.
Something like plasticine or bread dough is pliable. Malleable. You can work it. You can do something with it, turn it into a different shape.
Yes, I like that. I really like that.
I've only been on 5 minutes and already there's a new word.
Yes, two new words. Well, that's what we're here for, you see. That's why we are here. Thank you very much once again, Steve. We had a lovely week last week. It was my birthday on Wednesday.
Was it?
We did a live stream for that. And also, on Thursday as well, we went off somewhere. We had a lovely time, didn't we, at one of our favourite places in Wales. We went away. We weren't able to sit in the hotel because there is a beautiful hotel at that place. The place is Lake Vyrnwy in Wales. A beautiful place. But normally we stay at the hotel, but we can't because of you know what. So instead we walked around, we had something to eat, but we still had a lovely day. Despite the lockdown, we still had quite a nice time, didn't we?
We did. We had a lovely time. A few people are saying I've forgotten my hat. Well, we're not outside today.
No.
So I only wear the hat when I'm outside. Sorry, you've got to put up with my bald head.
It's Mr. Steve's rule.
Yes.
Whereas me, I will actually wear a hat anywhere. Even when I'm in the shower, sometimes I might wear my hat if I want to wash it, you see. Pedro is here. Pedro.
Already giving me compliments.
Pedro Belmont.
I've got a beautiful face, says Pedro.
He says your profile. Your profile. So the profile, when we say a person has a nice profile, we mean from the side.
From the side, like this.
From the side. So from the side, a side view of a person. Like the Queen, you see. So when you see the Queen, her head on the coin, on our coin, we will see the Queen is looking sideways. She is...
in profile.
In profile. Profile.
And there is a good example of a queen in profile, as opposed to the Queen.
I'm going to slap you in a minute. I really am.
Do we have to explain that? No.
Mosen is here. Sergio is here. Steve's hands grow from the right place. I have no idea what that means, but they are very useful. Steve has giant, strong hands.
I do. I can crush rocks with these hands.
That may be a good thing. I'm not sure. Today we have the sentence game as well coming up. We are looking at the... Oh, I've got it the wrong way round. We are looking at the letter K. It's very strange, Steve, because there are very few words beginning with K. I think in the English dictionary, one of the letters that has the fewest, of course, you might think of X as well. X.
Yes.
And also Z, or as Americans say, Z.
J. I don't think J has many words, does it?
So it's very strange. I was looking for some words that I could use on the sentence game. And then I realised that there weren't actually that many words I could use. There are many place names beginning with K. There are many scientific words that use K. Many famous people whose names begin with K. For example, I suppose the Kennedys. We think of the Kennedy dynasty. So JF Kennedy. So that begins with K, but there aren't many words that begin with K in the English language. It's very strange.
The name, well, Kenny.
Kenny. Yes. Keith. Which is the worst English name that exists. If your name is Keith, please change it now.
I wonder what you call if your name is Keith. What do you call it for short? Because often you shorten people's names. Like I'm Stephen. People call me Steve.
Well, Keith is already short.
Keith.
You can't really make it. You can't make Keith.
Can't really make it.
You can't make Keith any shorter. So mine is Duncan. So people call me Dunk.
But that's not very common to say that because Dunk doesn't sound very nice.
But people do. I know Dunk. I was always called Dunk. When I was young, they would say, Dunk, come here, Dunk. And you are Steve. So instead of Stephen, and of course your name is spelt in the posh way with the PH, you see, Stephen.
Yes. There are two ways of spelling Stephen.
Stephen.
T.S. wants to play a quiz. What number is on the front of my T-shirt? Because I think I'm giving little hints.
Oh, I see.
There's a number, but I'm not actually showing it. Well, interestingly enough, I wore this last night when I was FaceTiming with my mother.
Oh, I see.
And she said, why have you got a number on your shirt?
What did you say?
I said, because it's fashion.
You should have said it's my prison number.
Actually, it's my age.
When I was serving time in prison for my crime of passion, that was my cell number.
I don't think we could have a quiz on it, T.S., but I could just show you, couldn't I?
Even I don't know what number it is.
Don't you?
No, and I'm right next to you. I can't see it, you see, from this angle. So I'm just wondering.
Here we go. I'll gradually reveal it.
I think one of the numbers is 6.
Here we go.
This
gradual reveal.
This might take a while.
I'm getting up on tiptoes.
Is it 85? Oh, okay then. 63?
I can't get much higher on my tiptoes.
That's okay. We can see it, Steve. Oh, 67.
67.
67. So that will
not my age.
Not your age. Not yet. Not yet. But
I don't know why it says 67 on this T-shirt. I have no idea. My mother said, why does it say 67 on your T-shirt? And I said, I don't know.
No, we don't know. But I think it's the prisoner number on his cell door. When Steve was in prison serving his sentence for his crime of passion, I think that might be it.
Maybe somebody... I got this in a sale. It's a Ralph Lauren, is it? T-shirt. I've had it for years.
It's a bit expensive for you.
Well, I know, but I got it in a discount shop.
Oh, I see.
We've got a discount shop here called TK Maxx.
Well, in fact, they exist around the world.
Ah, right. So you can go to TK Maxx and
Yes.
you can get all these expensive brands at a third of the price or whatever.
So maybe you have a branch of TK Maxx where you are. It's a very interesting shop. We're not being sponsored by them.
We're not.
But they do tend to be, they are a very good place if you like designer clothes or things that are not quite perfect. So sometimes the clothes have something wrong with them, but it's only a small, minor thing, you see.
Yeah, so I don't know why it says 67. Why would Ralph Lauren, is it? Put a 67 on a T-shirt. It's an old thing. I use it in the garden now.
Yes.
But it's very well made.
It's nice to see that you decided to dress up for the show, Steve.
Yes.
Oh, Maliha says the capital of my city, the capital city is Kabul, which of course begins with K. But it's strange, there are very few words in English. And there are also, you might not realise this, Steve, there are many negative words beginning with K. It's very strange. So we will be playing the sentence game in a few moments. 67, maybe it is the number of Mr. Steve's ex-girlfriend. Oh, okay then.
Well, there's two wrong things in that sentence.
Oh, I see. I think she's saying the number of people, the number of girlfriends.
Oh, I see.
The number of them, the amount.
Okay. Could be right. I've never counted.
Pedro says, did you know that Daniel Craig will be in retirement after the next James Bond movie? You could be the next 007. You've got it all. Do you mean me or Steve? Well, maybe Steve. There has never been a bald James Bond, although technically there has been two.
Yes.
Sean Connery, who of course wears a wig, and also Roger Moore, who also started wearing a wig later on.
Yes.
So they both wore wigs. Not a lot of people know this, but yes, Sean Connery used to have a big syrup on his head when he was playing James Bond. He did, honestly. Hello, Mustafa. Hello, Jayendra.
Kathmandu.
Kathmandu.
The capital of Nepal.
Begins with a K. Kathmandu. It's not easy to say, actually. If you're not prepared for it, it's not easy to say.
Landfong says the name of my friend is Kathleen. Yes.
Ah, yes. Kathleen.
Kathleen.
Kathleen. There is also a song as well relating to Kathleen.
Karen. That's another girl's name.
Karen. And of course, Karen has become an insult for a woman who is very, what's the word? She likes to boss other people around and tell them what to do.
Right.
So we have a phrase now, if there is a woman who is always complaining to other people or telling other people what to do, we will now call her a Karen. It's become an insult word. Very strange.
Andy Starr was born in the Russian town Kirov.
Kirov. Yes, they have a famous ballet company.
Is that the ballet? It's right.
Yes.
And of course, there is also Kiev.
Kiev as well. Oh, chicken Kiev. Oh.
Because we've got a dish in the UK called a chicken Kiev.
Yes. Well, I think it actually originates.
Yes, it's chicken stuffed with sort of garlic.
Yes, I think it might originate.
We used to eat those all the time, didn't we?
We used to love those. We've been talking about food today. You see, I was talking about full English. You see, because full English refers to my lessons, and also to a certain type of meal as well.
Ben Jaloon says, of course, we forgot the capital of Malaysia.
How could we forget that?
Kuala Lumpur.
Lumpur. We've been to Kuala Lumpur many times.
Or KL.
KL, as they call it. The locals call it KL.
67. It might be the year that Mr. Steve was born.
He wishes. You
Slightly
wish.
Earlier than that, but not far off.
Even I wish. I wish I was born in 1967.
Diana says, hello, everybody. Happy birthday to me.
Oh, I see. Hello, Diana. Diana Romano. Is it your birthday today?
Well, looks like it.
Can I say, it's your birthday? Yes, today. It's your birthday. Hip, hip, hooray! Happy birthday to you.
And of course, we have somebody called Karim that comes on quite often, and Karima are both Arab names.
There we go. You see,
a lot of names beginning with K, aren't there?
Yes, that's what I said earlier. It would appear that general words in English, there aren't many that begin with K. Very interesting.
But names, there seem to be quite a few.
Very, very interesting indeed. We are going to have a look at one of my video lessons soon, talking all about silent letters. This is one of the things that people become very annoyed about when we talk about the English language. There are some confusing parts of English, and one thing that many people talk about is the silent letter used in words. So I thought it would be a nice opportunity to have a look at one of my video lessons. And in this lesson, we are going to take a look at silent letters that exist in many English words. And then we will be back with more of this. You know, the world of English is a fun and exciting place to be. I'm so glad you could join me for another lesson. Hi everybody, this is Mr. Duncan in England. How are you today? Are you okay? I hope so. Are you happy? I hope so. You may be wondering why I am speaking in this low voice. The reason is because today we are going to take a look at words in English that contain a certain type of letter, a part of English that can cause confusion and difficulty for all English learners. In today's lesson, we are going to take a look at words with silent letters. A silent letter is part of a word that is written but not spoken. Silent letters can sometimes join with other letters to form part of a word. Silent letters exist in many English words, and because of this, they often cause confusion and sometimes embarrassment when they are accidentally spoken. The reason why silent letters are used in English relates to another lesson of mine. During the formation or evolution of English, many foreign words were assimilated or absorbed into the language. Latin, French and Germanic words were readily added to early English, as was the spelling. The pronunciation of some of these words were simplified, while others were completely changed. This is why in modern English you will see many silent letters placed in common words. Another reason for the use of silent letters is to avoid confusion between words with similar sounds and spelling. For example, plum and plum, hole and hole. Another important thing to remember is that many silent letters have no reason for being there. They have simply evolved into being spelled that way. Also, there are many words in English which use silent letters that make the same sound as other letters. A good example being through and through. They make the same sound, but as you can see, the spelling is very different. Some silent letters seem to have no logical purpose at all. For example, the B in comb, womb and bomb. There is only one letter change between these words, yet they are pronounced differently. Other words containing silent letters such as campaign, silhouette, rhythm and bureau are taken directly from other languages. The most common silent letters in English are B, H, K, T, U and W. You will notice that I have not included the letter E in that list, as it comes at the end of many words. It is worth noting that the letter X is not a silent letter. It often starts a word by being pronounced as Z, such as in xylophone and xenophobia. This particular use stems from the language of the ancient Greeks. Now, let's take a look at some English words that contain silent letters. Crumb, climb, thumb, lamb, doubt, limb, plumber, bomb, why, when, which, what, whether, ghost, white, while, honest. Not, knitting, no, knee, knock, night, knuckle, knickers. Soften, listen, match, butcher, castle, Christmas, hasten. Guard, guess, guitar, building, rogue, guest, biscuit, tongue. Wreck, wrestling, hole, sword, two, wrong, writing, wrist, wrinkle. There is a temptation for some people to overpronounce words using the silent H. For example, instead of saying when, a person might say when. Instead of what, they might say what. And instead of whip, they might say whip. There is actually no need to pronounce the H so strongly. Just let the sound leave your lips naturally. When, what, whip. There is no doubt that silent letters cause confusion for everyone, including native English students. Many of the silent letters have no purpose, and to be blunt, quite a few make no sense. But exist they do. There is no need to feel afraid of these letters, as the more familiar you become with English, the more you will recognise their placement within words. This is one of the reasons why reading is such a major part of learning English. It is a great way of familiarising yourself with not only the spelling of words, but also the idiosyncrasies and odd quirks contained within English itself. I hope you have enjoyed today's lesson talking all about those pesky silent letters, and that you will join me again for another lesson very soon. This is Mr. Duncan in England saying thank you for watching me teaching you. And of course, ta-ta for now. And there it was, one of my early English lessons going back 8 years. Can you believe it? 8 years ago. Oh my goodness.
And we're back.
We are back. Thank you, Mr. Steve. Yes, Steve is still here, joining us every Sunday, as he always does. It's nice to see you here as well. We had some questions.
We did. Lena she lives in a town beginning with K. That's very difficult to pronounce, she says. So I thought we'd have a go.
Krasnoznamensk. Yes.
Krasnoznamensk. Krasnoznamensk.
Yes.
That is difficult to pronounce.
Krasnoznamensk.
Have we pronounced that correctly? Krasnoznamensk.
That's very good.
Krasnoznamensk.
Okay, Steve. Okay.
Mensk.
I can't wait to see the...
I'd love to learn Russian.
I can't wait to see the subtitles for that.
Spasiba is the only word I know in Russian.
Really?
And we had a question from Ricardo.
Okay.
It says, what does bazinga mean?
Well, bazinga, of course, is a phrase that was made popular in the Big Bang Theory. It was normally if the character Sheldon Cooper, who some people say that I'm very similar to, I don't know why you say that, I don't know why, but whenever he told a joke, he would always say, bazinga, at the end, you see. So a bazinga is a way of telling someone that they have been fooled or a joke has just taken place. So it's used as an exclamation. You exclaim, bazinga, because you have just tricked someone into believing something, or you've just played a joke.
Yes.
Played a joke or a trick. Bazinga. You might also say that you like to tell good jokes. You have lots of bazingas. So a good joke, a joke that might be very humorous, or something that catches a person out or unawares. You can say, bazinga, bazinga, I got you with that joke. Yes, you believed it. Bazinga.
Try that at work.
Try it at work.
Sebastian says, what is the meaning of hazy
Hazy.
and popped?
Well,
They
first,
must have come up in the list of words.
hazy, if something is hazy, it means it's not clear. You can't see it. Maybe it is out of focus. Maybe it is covered with mist or fog. There is something in the way. You can't see it very clearly. It is hazy. Maybe a memory that you can't remember clearly. You can say that, oh, I can't remember that particular event. Oh, my memory is a little bit hazy.
Unclear.
So unclear, something that is slightly obscured. You can't see
Yes,
it.
you can use it to describe weather, can't you? If you look out over a long distance and there's lots of pollution or slight mist, you can say everything looks hazy.
Mm-hmm.
But you can also feel hazy, or as you say, your memories, your mind might feel hazy and unclear. You can't think properly.
A memory from your past that is unclear. You can say that it is a little hazy.
And also the word popped, P-O-P-P-E-D.
Yes, that can
Popped.
be used. That can be used in many ways. Popped. Well, pop, of course, is something that appears, or something that happens very briefly or suddenly. Maybe your balloon goes pop, pop. It is something that happens very quickly, and of course it imitates the sound. So pop is actually an imitative word, imitative. It imitates the sound that it describes. But also, if you suddenly remember something, if you suddenly think of something, you can say that it suddenly popped in your head. It popped.
Something that happens suddenly.
Suddenly, you remember it. Suddenly, you realise something. It pops in your head. Pops. So imagine a little thought or idea suddenly popping, appearing in your head.
And somebody can suddenly appear. So somebody could pop in.
Yes.
I could...
Or pop up.
Or pop up. Yes, a pop-up, of course, is something that happens in a computer. When you're surfing the internet, something pops up, a pop-up, like a pop-up advert. But you might pop over to see somebody. You just suddenly appear. Maybe not for long. But yes, Jane popped in to see Ralph
Yes.
for 10 minutes.
The vicar popped round for a cup of tea.
Yes. What does it mean with, says Shard, with all due respect?
Well, you are saying something that may or may not offend another person, but you are saying it anyway. So with all due respect, it means I'm not trying to insult you. I'm not saying something to insult you or to take away your authority. However, I feel as if I must say it with all due respect.
Yes, it's a way of trying to lessen the impact
Yes.
of an insult, maybe.
Yes. Maybe you have to tell your boss that he smells badly.
Yes.
Now, don't get me wrong. With all due respect, you do you do stink a little bit in the office sometimes. So I know that's a very extreme one, but you wouldn't say that normally. But if you are trying to say something, but you don't want the person to be offended because they might punish you somehow. So
yes,
you see?
It's normally you're having a debate with somebody, a conversation, and they say something you don't agree with at all, and you want to put your opinion across, but you don't want to offend too much.
Yes.
So you will say, before you say the line that is contradicting what that other person has said, you will just say, oh, I don't agree with you there at all. In all due respect, I think you're wrong.
Yes. So you are still saying, I respect you. I want to say that I still respect you, but I feel as if I have to say this to you.
Yes.
But please don't think that I don't respect you. I still do respect your position or your authority, you see?
Whenever anybody says that to you, with all due respect, you know they are going to contradict what you have just said.
Yes.
And it will probably offend you. But
Yes.
by saying that statement, it just takes a little bit of the sting or the heat out of what you're about to say.
That's it.
'Cause you could just say straight away, no, I think you're wrong.
You don't have to shout, Steve.
I'm just talking normally. You could just say, no, I think you're wrong. But if you say, with all due respect, I think you're wrong. So it just lessens the impact
Yes.
of what you're about to say. Brekkie.
Yes.
There's lots of words, lots of people asking questions about the video that you just put up.
Brekkie. Well, brekkie is just a friendly term for breakfast. Brekkie. You have your brekkie. You have your breakfast. So that's just a thing quite often used in British English. Yes, brekkie. You have your brekkie. You have your brekkie in the morning.
And Mohammed says, what does take a dim view of mean?
If you take a dim view of something, it means you look down upon it or you frown upon it. You take a dim view of something. So maybe something you think is wrong or should be banned, or maybe a certain type of behaviour that you think is wrong. You take a dim view of that thing. You look at that thing negatively.
Yes, you might see people eating in the street or drinking alcohol in the street, as an example. And you might say, I take a dim view of people drinking alcohol in public. I'm not saying I do, but that's an example of how you could use that phrase.
Yes, you take a dim view of something.
I take a dim view of people doing housework on a Sunday.
Okay.
Or something like, it's something you don't like.
Yes.
It's a bit of a snooty statement, isn't it?
Yes, you have a dim view of something. You just frown upon it. You think that thing, there's too much sex on television. I take a very dim view of all of that sort of thing. Anyway, we have the sentence game coming up, Steve. Are you excited to play the sentence game? I had to try so hard to find words beginning with K. You would not believe how few words there are in English.
Krasnoskamensk is the town of the red flag.
Is that what it means?
Yes.
Is that
says Lena.
the direct translation?
Yes. But did we pronounce it correctly?
Yes,
Lena, please tell us.
Yes.
Oh, I can't. Forget it.
Yes.
Forget it.
It's probably best.
We are Russian and proud of it, says Andy. Yes.
Here we go then. It is time to play the sentence game. We are looking at words beginning with K. And yes, you are more than welcome to play along. You can play along, maybe write your answers down. And don't forget, you can also put them on the live chat as well. Here we go, without any more hesitation. Without any more hanging around, it is time to play the sentence game. Ooh. What? The sentence game is now beginning.
Letter K.
The letter K today. And I can't begin to tell you how much trouble, how much difficulty I found myself in when I was trying to find some words beginning with K.
Well, if your sentence involves a Russian town, I went to visit blah, blah, blah in Russia last week. We will have at least 3 examples of Russian cities beginning with K.
Well, I would imagine many Russian cities begin with K.
Well, we've had 3 today.
Yes, well, I would imagine there's lots. And that's what I said earlier. There appears to be lots of words beginning with K that are place names or scientific words or names of people, you see. So it's very interesting, but not just general words, you see. That's what I'm trying to express there.
Human being says knackered.
Knackered begins with K.
There's a brilliant word.
K. the silent K.
A silent K.
Yeah, you see, silent words. K is often used as a silent letter. Yes. So in words such as knock. Well, the last letter is not silent, but the first letter is in the word knock.
Knife.
Yes, knife. You see? Anyway, we have to be careful because we are going to end up...
Yes, using all your words. Human being was knackered yesterday. Okay. If you're knackered, you feel very tired.
Tired out.
I'm knackered. I've been working hard in the garden all day and I'm knackered.
You are exhausted.
It's a slang word.
Yes. So let's get on with it, shall we? As time ticks away... Here we go. All you have to do is place the missing word in the space that is missing. There is a space in the sentence. I'm not explaining this very well, am I? So
we know.
Here it is. Let's just show it, shall we? He retired after making a something on the stock market.
Now that's something I'd like to do, Mr. Duncan. Whatever that word is, I would like to retire after making a 7-letter word beginning with K on the stock market.
So K. These are K words. K, you see? So it begins with K.
Well, people are putting lots of words beginning with K, and I think they're just doing that in preparation for what might be coming. So there could be one of those words in there.
Maybe. He retired after making a something on the stock market.
What could you do on the stock market that would make you a lot of money?
There are not many people doing this at the moment, unless, of course, you have shares in computer programs that allow people to talk to each other through video conferencing. I would imagine the stock shares of those companies must be very high.
Well, if you'd been very clever after just after the stock markets crashed in March this year, if you had been wise and knew what you were doing, you could have bought a lot of shares in Amazon and Alphabet, which is Google, isn't it? I think
that's
Mr.
it. They are the owners. So that's like the cover company of Google, Alphabet. Not that many people know that, but and of course, supermarkets. If you have shares in supermarkets, any particular supermarket, your shares are probably going to be very high.
Well, there are the FANG stocks, as they call them, the FANG stocks.
FANG.
Facebook, Amazon, Alphabet is one of them. Computer companies, you've got... name me a computer company. My brain's gone blank, Mr. Duncan.
FANG.
Apple.
All I've got so far is FANG.
If you'd bought stocks in those in March, you would have seen a 50% rise, certainly in Amazon stocks. Imagine that. If you'd put £500,000 in Amazon in March, you'd now be a millionaire.
That's it. But who would know? Who would have known, you see,
I know.
that there was a deadly virus about to attack.
Well, no, after it all crashed. You see, if you'd been clever, you'd have thought, what are people going to be doing for the next 3 months when they want to buy things?
Well, I'd imagine there are people that have done that.
I'm sure there are.
If they are very wily and wise. Anyway, back to the sentence game. He retired after making a something on the stock market. Do we have any correct answers
We
coming?
do.
Oh,
We
okay
do
then.
indeed,
Good.
but I'm not sure.
I can see them coming through.
I'm
yes.
not sure whether that was the first one or whether we'd already started then.
Let's just go ahead. Yes, we are getting some coming through now. Oh, yes, quite a few, in fact. Mr. Steve getting this one right. Very nice. Yes. I'll give you a few more seconds, and then Mr. Cockerell will be saying hello.
I mean, chaos. I presume that's chaos. That's actually spelt with a C, isn't it? Chaos. C-H.
It might be a place name, though.
It could be a place name.
It might
yes.
be Caus. You see, there might be a place called Caus. We are getting lots of K words. Someone said knickers. Yes, knickers is a word that begins with the silent K. Ladies' underwear. You might look over your neighbour's fence and you can see your next door neighbour's knickers hanging on the clothes line, blowing in the breeze.
Do you hang your underwear on a washing line for all your neighbours to see?
I do.
Most people these days, I don't think they do.
And sometimes I might even wash it as well. Ugh.
Well, I think we've got lots of correct answers, Mr. Duncan.
Okay, Mr. Cockerell, do your thing. Here he comes. Mr. Cockerell, thank you very much. So here we are. Here is the answer to today's first sentence game on English Addict.
I believe that Tomek was first.
Oh, okay. Here is the answer.
Yes, Tomek was definitely first to get the right answer.
Well done, Tomek. The answer is bing.
Killing.
Killing. Now, this seems like a very violent word, but in this particular sense, it is just a way of saying that a person did very well. You cleared up all of the competition. Maybe you were able to make a lot of money out of one thing. You made or you make a killing. You do very well. You perform very well. Your stocks do well, which means that you get a lot of return.
That's it. It means you make a lot of money.
Mm.
I made a killing on the stock market. But you could use that phrase in other situations as well.
Mm.
But as opposed to actually murdering somebody.
Fatty, also Anakobi, also Beatrice.
Bella got it right as well.
Bella, well done. Mohammed, Rafi. We had quite a few people getting the... Oh, okay, yes, getting it right. How long have you known each other? Asks Bella. Do you mean us? We've known each other now for 31 years, Mr. Steve. It was last Wednesday, on my birthday, that we also celebrated the first time we ever met.
Yes. 31 years, because we met on your birthday, didn't we?
Yes, 31 years ago. August the 12th, 1989. It was the 1980s, Steve. We met in the 1980s.
It's all very hazy, Mr. Duncan.
It's very hazy.
It's all very hazy.
Hazy. Here we go then. Here's another one. Oh, come on, computer. Please don't play up today.
We had a playing up camera on
Yes.
Wednesday.
The camera was being such a pain in the neck.
But you've solved it now, as I knew you would, because you're very savvy, technically savvy.
Yes.
Somebody is savvy means they're very good at it, clever.
Yes, sometimes, not always. So I did manage to fix my camera, fortunately. Here we go then. Here's the next sentence game using the letter K. Ooh. Oh, I think this one is... This might be easy, especially if you are studying British English, we use this a lot. There was quite a something going on next door.
9 letters beginning with K. There was quite a...
Something.
Beginning with K.
Beginning with K. 9
Quite
letters.
A...
9 letters. Does anyone know?
I can't think of that one, Mr. Duncan.
There was quite a something going on next door. 9 letters. This is actually a word that I looked at a few weeks ago. A few weeks ago, I was looking at some unusual words, and this was one of them, actually. One of the words I looked at.
Lena's going, bye-bye.
See you later, Lena. Maybe on Wednesday we will see you, or maybe next Friday, or perhaps next Sunday, as we come towards the end of August.
Fatty Zito is 31.
So Fatty is exactly the same age as we have known each other.
So we met in the same year that you were born.
My gosh, now I do feel old. I haven't seen Lewis today.
Yeah, I have.
Has Lewis Mendez?
I've seen Lewis.
Lewis Mendez.
I've seen Lewis.
Shard asks, can you please bring the aggressive rooster? Because we had another one last week, Steve. We had another rooster.
Oh, right.
A little bit more aggressive than this one. So, but not today, no. I'm feeling very delicate. I don't know why. I felt so tired this morning. I woke up this morning, had a cup of tea, and then I fell asleep again. I couldn't wake up. I don't know what was going on.
Ben Jaloon says, what is the meaning of knockout?
Knockout. Well, something that is a knockout is something that is maybe it has a large impact. So a knockout. Well, maybe if you punch someone, like that guy in Rocky. Do you remember that guy in Rocky who was punching? I can't remember his name now. He's a very famous Russian actor. Big guy.
Lundgren?
Dolph Lundgren.
Dolph Lundgren.
So if you remember in Rocky, I think, was it Rocky 4 or Rocky 3? I can't remember. There have been so many Rocky films. I actually feel as if I've been punched in the head many times from all of the Rocky films that they've been. But yes, there was a guy who struck the other guy and knocked him out. We call that a knockout.
Yes, if you hit somebody and they fall down and faint, it's a knockout. So it's a knockout punch. But yes, as you say, that's literally the meaning. If you literally make somebody to knock out, is to faint through being hit.
But also something that causes
usually on the chin.
Something that causes a big impact. Maybe a thing that you do. Maybe you make a delicious cake, and you might say that cake was knockout.
Yeah,
it was a knockout cake. It was impressive, something that you will always remember. That was a knockout cake. Oh, wow, a knockout. Something that is really impressive.
You can say somebody is a knockout. If somebody looks like a girl, for example, or a man,
yes,
and you look really attractive and you get everybody's attention, oh, she's a knockout. You know, she's really attractive, or the man. Would you say it to a man? He's a knockout. Yeah, you would do.
You might, yes. Something that's just attractive, or something that leaves a very big impression on you. Maybe you see a beautiful girl going down the road, although you can't do this anymore. You can't do this.
No, my mother has always said to me that she used to quite enjoy going past building sites when she was a young girl, and the men would wolf whistle at her.
So that particular sound that I just made, I will do it again. That is called a wolf whistle. And in the 1970s, I remember growing up in the 70s when men would do that to an attractive woman. They would do it in the street. However, nowadays you can't, you see, because it's sexist. And
you can't in the UK.
Nasty. I don't think you can do it anywhere. anymore.
You can't.
I don't think so. No, you will get a slap in the face.
So do you miss a wolf whistle, ladies?
Yes.
Do you miss that whistle of approval from men on a building site?
Yes. So
have you ever been wolf whistled, Mr. Duncan?
I have been wolf whistled at. Yes, definitely. I've received them in my younger days when I was younger and more attractive. Yes, I'm proud to say that I used to turn heads when I was young. Not anymore.
And women would sometimes give a man a wolf whistle to try and sort of even the score.
Yes.
So maybe an aggressive woman, maybe a Karen, would do that.
Yes, maybe Karen would try to get her own back by wolf whistling at the man, although I don't think it would happen anymore. So, we have the sentence game number 2.
And we've got a right answer.
Oh, okay, that's good. That's
well,
good.
I presume it's the right answer, Mr. Duncan.
I think it might be. If you think it is, I'm sure it is. There was quite a something going on next door.
A disturbance.
Quite a something
A word meaning disturbance beginning with K.
Yes, there was quite a something going on next door. The answer is...
And I don't know how Sergio keeps getting these very quickly. He's very clever.
Okay, then.
But he was first.
Yeah. Well, maybe Sergio listens to my lessons very closely,
yes,
because this is actually a word that I used in one of my unusual English words. And the missing word is... Here it comes. Bing!
Kerfuffle.
Kerfuffle.
Oh, what a kerfuffle.
What a kerfuffle. What a commotion.
Disturbance.
A fuss.
A lot of noise.
Yes.
Arguments.
Yes.
Violence going on. It means sort of mild, sort of something disturbing. You can hear the neighbours arguing,
yes,
maybe throwing things around.
Yes, maybe they're having a row.
Yes.
There was quite a kerfuffle going on next door. A row, an argument, a disturbance. Something was going on.
Yep, there we go. Mm-hmm. So well done to Sergio.
Okay, then.
For being first to get that right.
Palmyra also had it as well.
Palmyra had it, and so did Nesta.
Good.
As well.
Well done.
But yeah, there's another word.
Kerfuffle.
To add to your repertoire.
What? Kerfuffle. There was a kerfuffle, a fuss, commotion, noise, disturbance. Can you give some words relating to being rich? Rich. Well, if a person is rich, we can say that they are wealthy. We can say that they are loaded. A person who is wealthy, rich, we can say that they are loaded.
Oh, those two are loaded.
They are loaded.
Means they've got lots of money in the bank.
So that's a good one. That's a very common one. A person who has lots of money,
yeah,
they are loaded. They have lots of money. So that's a good one. I like that one. Here's another one. Shall we have another sentence game? Using the letter K, we have another 16... about 16 or 17 minutes to go.
Before tea and tea cakes will be served.
Tea and tea
by
cakes.
Yours truly.
Oh, Mr. Steve, you are so
me,
kind.
Yours truly, it means me.
You are
yourself.
you are so kind. Here we go.
The something demands that a ransom be paid. Now, is that's two words together,
yes.
is it?
Now, I know what I've done here already. I've made a mistake.
Oh.
Yes. So there should be something else under there, you see. So I'm going to do something that I may or may not be able to do.
You're going to try and correct it live.
Well, I'm just going to get rid of that.
Klaipėda is a town in Lithuania.
Okay.
Don't know if I've pronounced that correctly, Klaipėda.
Interesting.
Lithuania, of course, which is where Mr. Duncan's watch comes from. Vostok, that's correct.
We are looking for 9 letters.
9
9 letters. I know what happened when I was doing that earlier. I forgot to put the letter in there, the number of letters. So we are looking for 9 letters.
9 letters beginning with K. The something demands that a ransom be paid.
9 letters of the missing word. The something demands that a ransom be paid. I wonder if this has ever happened to you, Mr. Steve. Maybe this has happened to you. It's never happened to me. It's never happened to me. Definitely not.
I'm thinking.
So we have some correct answers coming through.
Oh, that was quick. Already? You see, I told you there's not much of a delay anymore, Mr. Duncan.
No. Well, I did give it about a minute and a half ago.
Oh, right, okay.
So yes, there is still a delay, Steve. It's around about a minute delay, so don't worry about
This
that.
will be a quick one, and well, yes. There seems to be a race here between Bella and Tomek to see who can come up with the answer first.
Oh, I see.
You've both got very good vocabularies.
Yes.
But yes.
We also have Tomaz as well. Andy Starr says killers. Well, I don't think the killers would demand a ransom, really, because, well, if you've killed the person, there isn't really much point paying the ransom.
We will remind you again that it's 9 letters we're after.
9 letters.
There we go. There's Lewis. Lewis has made a comment.
You might describe this as a compound word as well,
Right.
because it's like 2 words squeezed together.
I think we've got an answer, Mr. Duncan.
Okay, then let's not hang around. Let's get Mr. Cockerell to say hello. I will get complaints now saying, Mr. Duncan, you did not give us enough time. Here it is. So
Bella was first this time.
Bella, well done. I think this might become the Bella and Tomek show. Welcome to Who Will Be First, Bella or Tomek?
Kingdom.
And also Richard as well. We have Richard. Well done. The answer is bing.
Kidnapper.
Kidnapper. It's a great word, that. So to nap something is the old word for take, to take something. And of course, I suppose we don't have to guess what the first word means, kid. So a kidnapper, a person who takes a person. So it's quite interesting that now we use this if anyone is taken off the street by force, and then maybe they are kept in a certain place, and then they will demand that money is paid before that person will be released. So you don't want to kill that person, really, or else the ransom is pointless, because they will just say, you can keep them, just put them in the nearest dustbin. But if they are still alive, they are more valuable, you see. It sounds like I've done this myself. Trust me, I've never kidnapped anyone, and no one has ever tried to kidnap me. Oh dear.
Naughty Mr. Duncan, says Malia. Don't know why. Don't
Why?
know what you did there.
Why am I naughty?
You're always naughty.
I don't know what you mean by that.
So there we go. Kidnapper.
The kidnapper demands. They demand. If a person demands something, it means they say that is required. It must be done. They demand. So the kidnapper demands that a ransom be paid. Ransom. Ransom is normally something that must be given or paid for something else to happen in return. So quite often we think of a ransom being paid to a person who is keeping another person hostage. They have been kidnapped. And the person who does that is called a kidnapper.
Ben Jaloon says you forgot the word kingdom.
Kingdom.
A kingdom.
Yes, kingdom begins with the letter K.
It does.
As in the United Kingdom, UK, you see.
So kingdom is just a large area of land ruled over traditionally by a king.
Yes.
Really.
A ruler.
But we would still use the word kingdom not to mean ruled over by a king. But yes, that United Kingdom. It's a large area of land, isn't it?
Yes.
Where we're all together. So yes.
Yes. That's good. Here we go then. Here's the next one because we only
What
have...
is ransom?
I think I've just answered that.
Oh, have you? Right, okay. Yes, sum of money.
Yes, a sum of money that must be paid for something else to happen, normally in exchange for a hostage. Here we go. Another one.
Next says Muhammad. Next.
Yes, that's what I'm trying to do, Steve.
They were unwilling to...
Something... The
5
price.
letters beginning with K.
They were unwilling to something the price down any lower. Yes. So perhaps you are buying a car, maybe a car that is being used, a second-hand car, you see? So maybe when you go to buy a used car, not a new car, but a used car.
Well, any car.
Yes.
Even a new one.
I always think of a used car, though, because that is where you might have to try to come to an agreeable price.
That was not 30 seconds, Mr. Duncan.
It was
not 30 seconds.
It was.
Do you think so?
Yes, definitely. I know how long 30 seconds is, Steve. It is definitely 30.
Oh,
I don't know
right.
why Steve is so obsessed with the delay.
I think the delay is... Anyway. Yes. So, yes, you go to buy a car, second-hand or new, and you barter...
Or haggle.
With the salesperson.
I like that word, haggle. Apparently, when we go abroad, when British people or English people go abroad, we are not very good at haggling, trying to get the price lower. We're not very good at it.
We're embarrassed by that.
We're a little bit embarrassed. So when you go to the market, you might want the person selling the things to make the price lower. I almost gave the answer then.
Oh, that would be a first.
So that is the word. You try to get a better price. You want the price to be lower. You want it to be lower. So you haggle. Or another word is barter as well. You barter. You try to get that lower. You try to get the price lower.
We've got lots of correct answers for that
wow.
one, Mr. Duncan.
Okay, so I think we can have the answer here because this one has gone very quickly.
Tomek was first.
Oh dear.
Very clever.
I will get complaints, you know.
We'll have to give Tomek a gold star today.
I'm going to put the live chat on slow mode, and then Tomek will be pressing the button, and his answer won't come through.
Yes, can we? Yes, we'll have to put an extra 30-second delay on Tomek.
I think so.
We're joking.
Yes. You could always block him.
I might do it accidentally.
Yeah. So Steve might accidentally block you. You see. No, don't worry.
What a naughty Sergio, says Lewis.
Here we go. Here's the answer, Steve. They were unwilling to something the price down any lower. The answer coming up right now. Ooh, cock-a-doodle-doo. The answer is, and a lot of people got this also happens to have a silent letter at the start. Bing!
Knock.
They were unwilling to knock the price down any lower. So if you reduce the price of something, we might say that you...
Knock it down.
Yes, you knock the price down. You knock the price down. So
they were having problems selling. If they were having problems selling something in a shop, a new line that came in and nobody was buying them, they might knock the price down to sell them quickly. But something, if you knock into something, oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Duncan, I knocked into you then. then it means when you bump into somebody
Collide.
or collide with something. Yes, so there's that word has several meanings.
Yes. Or to strike something. Maybe you knock the door with your
Yes.
knuckles.
Yes.
Do, knock. You criticise someone. So maybe you criticise another person. You knock them.
Yeah.
You can knock a person by criticising them. Oh, that Mr. Steve. Oh, isn't he annoying? Oh, I don't know why. Oh, God. How do I put up with it?
Oh, stop knocking me, Mr. Duncan.
So there you go. You see,
Stop knocking me down.
you knock someone. Okay, I think we've got time for maybe one more.
Squeeze one in, shall we?
Shall we try to squeeze one in, as the actress said to the vicar? Here we go then. I think maybe two more. We will try. We will try our best.
Well, I'm going at exactly 4 o'clock.
So Steve says he won't do any overtime today. So yes, okay. All right, Steve. Here's another
Of course,
one.
there's knocking shop, isn't there?
Okay.
A knocking shop.
We talked about this a while ago, didn't
Did
we?
we?
We got into trouble. Someone from YouTube came round and they knocked on the door and they pushed something very revolting through the door as a threat. Can you believe that? I can't believe they came all the way from California to do that. Here we go, another sentence again. That long sleep has pushed my body clock out of something. Oh. 6 letters. Yeah, let's see you get this one, Tomek.
The long sleep, or will Bella beat him to it?
Yes.
Or somebody else?
Yes. That long sleep has pushed my body clock out of something. Beginning with K, 6 letters.
See, I can think of a word beginning with S. I can think of a word beginning with S. That long sleep has pushed my body clock out of... Sergio says you can knock down the price or the buyer. Yes. If you knock them down, of course, you'll be annoyed at them and you might push them to the ground.
Yes.
Okay. Crater. I think that begins with C.
Yes. Crater.
If you're thinking of a big depression in the ground,
Yes.
like craters on the moon,
I'm thinking of one now.
then that begins with a C, I'm afraid.
Yes. Unfortunately, crater, unless, of course, I think in Greek, crater begins with K.
Maybe it does.
Yes.
But not in English.
But not in English.
Kettle.
I'm sure crater means volcano as well in some languages.
Right, yes. Well, certainly the crater of a volcano is the bit, the bit at the top, isn't it?
Okay. We have no answers yet. We have no correct answers. That long sleep has pushed my body clock out of something.
If I used a word that was similar meaning, could I suggest
Well,
something?
not really, no, because what will happen? Let me just...
yes,
I'll
I
tell you what
see, I
happened.
know, yes. Yeah.
They'll look at
Yes,
they'll
I
look
know.
at the online dictionary.
I know, Mr. Duncan.
And then they'll
yes.
see the alternative word.
So we won't do that.
Kaput.
Oh, I think I know what it is.
I like kaput. Kaput is brilliant. I love kaput. Kaput. When something breaks, when something stops working, we say that it has gone kaput. It's gone wrong. It stopped working. However, that is not the answer.
Come on,
Human-
Bella or Tomek or somebody else.
No one.
This is an unusual word, isn't it?
Do you ever watch the Late 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 Show? Asks human being. When you say the Late 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 Show, I think that might be an American TV show, maybe a chat show. So they have the Late Show, they have the Late Late Show, and then they have the Late 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 Show, which I
you're
think...
making that up.
No, I'm not making that up. It's real. So late night talk shows on American TV normally go out very late at night, normally after people have gone to bed. So a lot of people sit up in bed at night and they will watch the late night chat shows on TV. My favourite chat show host, David Letterman. The best chat show host ever. One of my unfavourite ones, can you guess? James Corden. I can't stand James Corden. I don't like him. All I can say, we did the right thing when we sent him to the United States. I think so. So he doesn't have to appear on our TV screens anymore.
I think he does. We have a correct answer.
Oh, okay then. Don't say yes. Don't say
won't.
yes, because it will spoil the fun.
The answer is not kettle. A lot of people have put kettle.
Kettle. But the kettle is what Mr. Steve will be putting on in a moment to make
boil the water to make a cup of tea.
We're going to have a cup of tea soon.
But it's close. But one person has got it right.
Okay then.
Yeah.
Human Being says yes. James Corden is the presenter of the Late 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 Show on the United States TV. Yeah, I don't like him, really.
Whatever time it's on, it's not late enough.
I think it's about 1:30 in the morning. I'm sure it's on about 1:30 in the morning, which is around, about the right time, really, to be honest, when everyone's asleep.
Tomek's throwing in the towel.
Yeah, okay, here it comes then.
Which is a very good expression to mean, I give up.
Quit.
If you throw in the towel, you quit, you give up.
You throw in the towel, normally used in boxing. So when two people are hitting each other,
stuff.
When people are hitting each other in the ring, which is a very painful place to be hit. Steve,
and
did you get that?
Gyun Son is going as well. People are going because it's late where they are.
That's it.
But
they're all going to watch James Corden.
Yeah, the answer's here. So I think we can, because there's a 30-second delay.
Yes, okay.
And it's 4 o'clock. In fact, I said I was going at 4 o'clock, and it's now 1 minute past.
Well, you're the one that's extending this by constantly talking.
Right.
Here we go then. Are you ready for the answer? Mr. Cockerell, for the final time. For the last time, Mr. Cockerell.
Bye, Lewis. Lewis is going as well.
Lewis Mendez. Bye-bye.
Just stay for the answer.
Bye-bye, Lewis. Here is the answer coming right now to today's final sentence game. Bing!
Jimmy from Hong Kong got it right, and that's a difficult one, so well done.
Yes, Jimmy from Hong Kong. Hello there, by the way. Hope things are all right where you are. I know things are a little bit rough at the moment in Hong Kong for various reasons.
That was a difficult one. And yes, if something's out of kilter, it means it's out of balance.
Yes, the balance.
Doesn't it?
The balance has been disturbed. So it
yes.
is out of kilter like this. You see.
So if you sleep sometimes during the day or you sleep too long, your body clock goes out of whack. Would be an American expression.
Yes.
It's not on the level anymore.
That's it. So everything's
just tilted.
Disrupted.
Tilted.
The balance has been disturbed. So that long sleep has pushed my body clock out of kilter. When we talk about body clock, we mean your metabolism. So that the time when you wake up and the time when you go to sleep, your body has a natural rhythm for when you wake up and when you go to sleep. So if you sleep for too long, or maybe if you go on a long flight, your body clock will end up out of kilter.
Anything that's not level, doesn't look right, you can describe as out of kilter. So if you looked at a wall and it didn't look straight, you could say it was out of kilter.
Yes.
It wasn't how it's supposed to be. It wasn't straight. Yes, a bridge that didn't look straight, you could say it was out of kilter. Anything like that, a trailer on a lorry that was at the wrong angle, you could say it was out of kilter. But anything that's not in balance.
Anyway,
Mr. Duncan.
Anyway, it is now time to say goodbye.
Goodbye to everyone.
I can't believe the 2 hours has gone by so quickly.
It has, and the hour and quarter for me has gone very quickly as well.
Yes, so that's it. It's time to say goodbye. Steve is off to the kitchen now to make a cup of tea and also a lovely tea cake. And I will be saying goodbye as well. I will be back with you on Wednesday. For those who are wondering, yes, you can catch me every Sunday, Wednesday, Friday, 2 p.m. UK time is when I'm on with you.
Bye-bye, everyone, and I shall look forward to seeing you all again next week.
Yeah!
And I'll see you in a few minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Steve.
Bye!
That was Mr. Steve. Thank you, Steve. Thank you very much for your company today. I hope you've enjoyed today's live stream. It's been fun. We've had a few moments where we smiled, a few moments where we shed a little tear, and a few moments where we had no idea what was going on. Here we go. It's time to say goodbye. I hope you've enjoyed today's live stream. Thank you, Corrie. Thank you, Hiroko. Thank you, Valeria. Thank you, Vitas. Thank you also, Sebastian, as well. Hello, Sebastian. Nice to see you. I hope I will see you on another one of my live streams, maybe on Wednesday, Friday, or next Sunday once again. Thanks for your company. Don't forget, you can also write to me. And if you want to make a donation as well to allow my work to continue forever and ever, feel free to do so. The address coming up in a few moments. This is Mr. Duncan in the birthplace of English saying thanks for watching. I hope you've enjoyed yourself. Take care. Stay safe. Stay happy. Keep that smile on your face wherever you go, whatever the place. And of course, ta-ta for now.